your sister, Sinette and Angela. Hope everyone is having a beautiful morning. So, Grand Rising, um, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, different times of the day. Usually I say good morning because I'm doing it in the morning. Basically a morning person, but just wanted to hand over that greeting no matter what time of day it is for you. But I wanted to come forth just to do a brief share, talk about a couple of things. There's so many things to talk about. I'm going to try to articulate a certain topic, see where it goes. It's not rehearsed or anything, even though there are several things on my mind, but um, one particular or two or three things I want to discuss in this video. One being, candles, of course. I've mentioned before how much I love candles, and I have a various amount of candles. And I believe my last video I talked about Bath and Body Works, how much I love their fragrances of candles. There are also other business, particularly black-owned businesses, that I use as well. And one particular, which is rather new for me, is called Southern Elegance. And she also has a YouTube channel as well named the same. And sorry, I don't remember her name, but yes, she's black owned. She's also from North Carolina, and I believe she grew up in Durham, North Carolina, where I reside. And it was very interesting to read up on her, and her entrepreneurship strategies is excellent. I think she simplifies it so everyone can know about how to start a business, how she did it, and I think it's a genius idea as well. And she's been doing candle making for quite some time, and I decided to purchase it, and I was pleased. I think I got it in about 4 days. It didn't take long at all, and I think I got it Wednesday. I was going to wait to open it, but I love candles, so I just had to go. It came UPS, and my main candle is Southern Elegance, Black Rose, Orange, and Amber. And she says she named, with the Southern theme of things that reminded her of Southern living when she lived with her grandmother. Now, I'm not sure if this is fragrant, but it's not very fragrant. It can scent up a small, medium-sized bedroom, this particular candle, or bathroom. But it's a very elegant, smooth smell. I didn't smell the orange necessarily. It smells more nutty. It smells more coconut. And it has a little bit of amber, and I didn't smell the orange, but I really love the fragrance of this. Very clean candle. I love the packaging on this. Quite lovely. Really like it a lot. And I also got a few other ones. I didn't like these yet. This one is what's the name of this one? It's the Bayou Sea Salt and Succulent. I haven't lit this up yet, but it's a very fresh floral scent. I'm gonna light it up now. I think I was supposed to cut 1/4 of the wick off. I never usually do that unless it's a really long wick. But I'm gonna go ahead and light that up, see how that smells. Blow that one out. And just see how that freshens the air as I smell it. I'll also blow that out and show the other ones as well. And she basically says how you to take care of the candles, and it's just an elegant presentation. Like I said, she does have a YouTube channel, and I did go and listen to a few of her videos. Excellent. And basically it comes like this. My address up here, so I'm gonna hide this off. But it comes like this, Southern Elegance, and it tells you the candles. And I did get a little free gift, and who it was handcrafted by, initialed it. My free gift was a Country Vineyard Marlowe grapes, which is really grapey. I really love that. Very fragrant. See how that smells. And a few, and also High Cotton, which is fresh linen. And this is if you smell linen smells, cotton smells before, that's exactly how that smells. Gonna light that up and see how fragrant it really gets. And of course, I also got my Naj Champa going, as usual, a very spiritual incense. Anyway, one of the things I wanted to just basically touch on, a lot that's been heavy on my mind, like a lot has been, but you know, the state of the world, not just my city, your city, but it's global. What's going on, and it's no way that anyone can really pinpoint and say, yes, this is what's that going on, this is that and that and the other. Not even myself, even though people, you know, with not the best interest in mankind got their hands in it. Like I said before, there's a divine plan in motion as well, particularly our children, which are as with our children, which are the anchor to the universe. You know, I was trying to Dwayne Dwyer. Every time I think I forget his name, I get a whisper, Wayne Dwyer, and I always remember. But anyway, I'll get that reminder rather. But he said our children are the anchor to the universe, and that basically means exactly what it says. They are the future, and they are going to hold us down, and they are witnessing what this world is going through now. And they not really actively participating, what I've seen, even though that some are, as much as, you know, people my age and maybe some younger or older are actually actively participating and responding to what's going on. And they are the innocents, of course, and not sure what's going on as well. But a lot of situations, especially I've heard and I felt what's going on with that, a lot of melanated children are being robbed of their innocence, taken from this world, killed, kidnapped, stolen, etc., etc. We're not really paying as much attention to it because other things are going on, but it's indeed happening. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I know a lot of people say, you know, that is conspiracy theory, it's buying into the narrative, but it's actually something that's actually going on. And a lot of people are, especially pregnant, young, melanated women, are losing their lives and their children. I've heard way too many of those cases this week, not only in social media, but being in a medical profession, you hear about it, you see it as well, that it's actually happening. And I'm not sure of what the cause is. I'm sure there are several reasons to it, but there's definitely something to question as to why. Not necessarily it's the state of our health, how we're taking care of ourselves, but these are young women. And I think a lot has to do with, you know, the melanated beings being more energy. They feeling more of the energy of what's going on in this world, and the manipulation of the energy that's going on in this world. And it's causing a lot of rising in blood pressure, especially in the heavily, or not heavily, but the melanated woman. So a lot, you know, of preeclampsia, convulsions, high blood pressure is really and actively happening, and women are losing their lives. Women are losing their children. You know, it's a true statement. And my candle just went out on that note as soon as I said that. But anyway, this is it smells really good. My next candle, I'm gonna go ahead and light is the Marlowe grapes. And Marlowe grape. And a lot of people say it has a lot to do with the state of our health, how we're taking care of ourselves. And most of these women are in pretty decent health. But like I said, and I believe it has a lot to do with the energy of this world and how melanated people absorb more energy than any other race. That's not being negative, that's not being racist or anything like that. It's when you think of black draws in more energy, it draws in more heat. So it's going to raise more blood pressure. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but that's the way I analyze it. And of course, it may have something to do with our diet. Some people say go vegan, go vegetarian, this, that, and the other. If anybody knows me or don't know me, I studied nutrition for quite some time. I even practiced it for quite some time. All of my 20s, I was probably 19 and on 19. In all my 20s, I was a vegetarian, not even when this movement was being vegan or whatever. But I was a strict vegetarian. Most of the time it was not healthy at all because it was consisted of not eating anything at all to basically carbs. And my 30s, when I wanted to have children, I decided to consume some meat. And then I stopped again in my mid 40s and I became vegan, fruitarian, and all of these diets. And long story short, I wasn't feeling as healthy. So later on down the line to right now, most people see me, I eat a lot of vegetables. And some people think I'm vegan, vegetarian, but I don't classify myself as that. I eat according to how I feel. Even though sometimes I like cookies, I do eat my cookies as well. But I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, I don't promote it. I was not my healthiest when I was, but now I feel I am. I'm at a very healthy weight, even though I don't weigh myself. And I don't weigh myself because at one point I was very anorexic. I did not eat and I was consumed with my weight. So I don't weigh myself, but I base it upon how I feel. And I feel I am at my healthiest that I have been in a very, very long time. Of course, there are some parameters in which I can improve on as well, but most people see me, I eat mostly vegetables. I do consume fish. I do consume some poultry as well, but it's mostly vegetables and some fruit, as I mentioned before. I do eat fruit, but I try to, the high fructose fruit I stay mostly from because fruit will raise your blood sugar as well. And, a lot of people, being that I am the age I am, say that most women, me and my sisters, for example, we said that people in our family had diabetes, that we were going to be prone to diabetes as well. And I stopped them in their tracks. I said, hold up, wait a minute. We're going to declare at this moment that we will not be diabetic. And none of us are. So, or high blood pressure. So, and that's run in our family. One or two of my sisters, they touched on it, but I'm not on any medication whatsoever. And sometimes people say a lot attribute to, what you eat determine your health. Also the way you think, the way you feel, what you've been told also affect your health as well. And I'm not saying I think it's individual, whether your diet consists of being vegan, vegetarian, or fruitarian, or whatever. It's individual. For me, a balanced diet. I eat how I feel, and I like a lot of salmon and fish. So on the weekends, that's mostly what I consume. And I won't say, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you look better, you'll live longer. I'm not sure. I think it's mostly depends on your genetics. My grandmother lived till she was 92, and she had Parkinson's disease. And her grandmother lived till she was 103, and neither one of them were vegan or vegetarian. So it's a lot of genetics and how you take care of yourself, whatever that means to you. But back to what I was talking about, like I said, there's a lot to talk about. So much is going on, but my basic real concern is our children. Make sure that you are watching your children. Make sure, I don't want to say this, but this is what I feel. It's not a great time with everything and all the energies going on in the world for melanated women to have children right now. I love children, all children, but these are some very high energy situations, things that's going on that we need to actually assess and respond and be cautious of. You know, like I said, watch your children. A lot of manipulative things with school, with our food. Some people say, you know, do vegan, do vegetarian, because with the meat, they poison. I mean, if they can poison meat, they can poison fruits and vegetables. Best thing to do is grow your own food, period. And they're trying to control that as well. So whatever you can do now, just do it with consuming of which consisting of how to preserve and grow and produce your own food is the best answer. Not eating anyone else what they call non-GMO, organic, or whatever. Because as far as I'm concerned, everything, if you don't raise it or grow it yourself, is manipulated and contaminated. You know, that's speaking to myself as well, because you know, I get things because they say it's organic, they say it's non-GMO, but if they can do certain things to meat, I mean, they can do that to food, vegetables, and fruit, etc. as well. Just something to think about. Get prepared if you're not already of growing your own, producing your own food, whether it be meat, fruit, vegetables. Everything has DNA. Not necessarily everything have flesh, but everything has life. So whatever you do, don't feel guilty about what you eat. Do it in moderation. And it is true that meat does stay in your system longer, especially if you cook it. So make sure you balance it out with consuming the proper amount of fruits and vegetables, as well as encouraging your children to do the same. And if they're not, making sure that they take very appropriate and good vitamins that consist of D3, K2, omega-3s, your vitamin A, your vitamin C, your magnesium, things such as that. Some very interesting times, and this is just basically a video to remind us to make sure that you are watching your children, you are communicating with your children, and monitoring and being cognizant over whether you want to have children at this particular time. Not saying don't, but there's a heavy burden on and a high alert on making sure that you consider having a family right now. And I know a lot of people are talking about certain people, I'm not even going to say their names, want depopulation of the planet, whether that be true or not. And I'll actually say that's not probably far from the truth. But if it is indeed so, we need to prepare to protect ourselves and our children, because they are basically really after our children. So make sure you have a great voice in the ears of your children, because there's a lot going on. But like I said, I just wanted to come forth and remind us to keep a close eye on our children and to take care of ourselves and stay prepared, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. And I'm just seeing this butterfly, just confirming it. Anyway, a black butterfly to be exact. Anyway, thanks for visiting the city. Oh, I have one more candle, this high cotton. See how that smells. I'm starting to smell the grape Merlot right now. And this is the high cotton. It smells sweet and linen-y and fresh and just lovely. Love candles. And definitely I will be purchasing from Southern Elegance again. Like I said before, it's not the most fragrant, but you know, I've bought in very expensive, I won't mention the names, but very expensive candles that their fragrance was very minimal. And this right here is basically really on the good agenda of good candles. If it wasn't so, I would not have said so. But this is really good. It's not very, very fragrant, but enough. This high cotton, fresh linen, very fresh. Don't smell it yet, but very pretty. very soft, very fresh linen, very nice to sit on your backyard deck and just enjoy the incoming of the sun, the sounding of the birds, and the whispering of the trees. Anyway, thanks for visiting the city, and I hope that you all have a beautiful day. I'm going to go inside. I have an event with my family, and I'm famous for making homemade macaroni and cheese. Anyway, y'all, ooh, this does smell really good. Anyway, thanks for visiting the city. If you haven't checked out Southern Elegance, make sure you do so. You all have a blessed day. Take care.